to welcome you all to the first, and maybe this will become an annual fixture, PitchFest. Thank you. So over the next 55 minutes, we're going to hear some incredible speed pitches from Turing researchers, explaining their research and how it can be applied to help solve real-world problems. And they're each only going to get 90 seconds to do it. But the one thing I do want to say, it takes a lot of guts to get up here and give of yourself in front of your peers. So I want to make sure that we show them some love. So can we please practice our welcome? Thank you. Now, we have a panel of expert judges who are going to give feedback to the pitchers after they've done their 90 seconds. But ultimately, it will be up to you, online and in the audience, to say who you want to vote for. And the winner is going to get this absolutely smaller than I expected, I have to say, and lighter than I expected, but very beautiful trophy of Alan Turing. So, and that will be presented by one of the judges later. Yay! Fantastic. So you're going to vote on the winner. The competition has been created by Turing's Research Application Managers, or RAMs. And the sentence I have to read out to you now is RAMs are integral team members for research groups looking to engage with external stakeholders and adapt their research outputs for real-world use. Would you like that in normal language? Because I would say this as RAMs are really important people you really need to get to know, who are going to help you connect with real people out in the real world, solving real-world problems. So, without any ado, we are going to welcome our judges onto the stage. They're going to introduce themselves, but I want you to go and practice your welcome for the pitchers. So let's go. Thank you. Now, they're going to be judging on the basis of accessibility and communication, framing and delivery, so how well is it pitched, how well are people communicating, and that real-world application, which is so important and we've heard about in the strategy today. So, our judges, I would like each of you to just say who you are, what organisation you're representing, and just one or two things that you're looking for in these pitches. So let's start from this end and work our way down.
Hey everyone, I'm Anna Brailsford, the CEO of Code First Girls, and today I'm looking for the next tech entrepreneur.
Fantastic.
Hi everyone, Gavin Stephenson from Accenture. What I'm looking for is real precision in the pitch and the style of delivery.
Excellent.
Hi everyone, good morning. My name is Esra Kasapoglu and I work for Innovate UK, and today I'm looking for real-world use case application of the idea here.
Excellent.
Good morning everybody. My name's Jan Przadatek from Lloyd Register Foundation, and today I'm looking for something that's going to engage with everyone in this room.
Good morning. I'm Simon Reeve, Director of Innovation at the Alan Turing Institute. I think all my colleagues have said most of the great things, so I think what we're really looking for is a story that tells it all, entertains us, and we think, yeah, that's cool.
Excellent. No biggie. So, right. So we want to give a really warm welcome. We want to give a really warm welcome to our pitches. Right, so that's brilliant. So thank you, Anna, Gavin, Esra, Jan, and Simon. Thank you. Right, so without further ado, we are going to get this show on the road. And I would like to call up our first pitcher. Remember, you will have 90 seconds to impress the judges, impress the audience here and online. Sam, please, welcome. And your time starts now.
The famous footballer Pelé once said, "No individual can win the game by themselves." In the game of scientific research, we, the researchers, often find ourselves in a self-induced state of tunnel vision, focused on identifying the answers to our questions. But working alone, it doesn't always lend itself to interdisciplinary collaboration or the sharing of knowledge applicable to common challenges. But this is where SciVision comes in. We at SciVision are building an open source, community-driven Python package and website. We at SciVision have developed this to bring together pre-trained computer vision models, scientific image datasets, and analysis methods from a broad range of scientific domains so they can easily be shared and discovered. Perhaps you don't know where to start with a computer vision model or dataset, or like me, you want to contribute code and ideas to open source software whilst improving the public engagement of your research. SciVision is the answer. We've seen some really exciting results. A model trained on historical maps for road detection, repurposed to accurately find leaves in plants. We've also seen a cellular model able to accurately detect seed pods. We tried to find butterflies in cells, and unsurprisingly, we can report there are no butterflies in cells. Our numbers are growing fast. It doesn't matter what your superpower is, whether you're a model developer, dataset owner, or you're just hungry to learn more. There is always space for new SciVisionaries in the community. We're just trying to make Pelé proud and win that golden boot. Oh, wait, no, maybe the golden Enigma machine?
Brilliant. Thank you, Sam. Great. So, I want to call you dragons. I know you're friendly dragons, really. So I want a couple of you to give some feedback to Sam. Who would like to start? And it's going to be quick, yeah? What do you think of SciVisionaries?
I'll go first. I really enjoyed the pitch. I thought starting with Pelé was great because I think everyone in the room knows who Pelé is.
Yeah.
I thought explaining how this is going to work across domains was fantastic. I loved the examples, and I loved the bit of humour that was in there halfway through. It's fantastic.
Lovely. One more judge. Who would like to?
Yeah, so thanks, Sam. I thought that was really, really good. Again, very precise in the delivery, so that was great, and good use of Pelé at the start and the end. What I really liked about it was your framing of the problem, the solution that you gave, and then crystallizing that through a number of examples. So I thought that was really good.
Fantastic. Thank you, Sam. And off you go. So we now have our next pitcher, Saba. Go for it, Saba. And your time starts now.
Last year, while I was walking on Euston Road, a charity guy came up to me and said, "Did you know more than half of homeless people are denied free accommodation, and most of them have been abused in childhood?" As you might think right now, I thought with myself, it's not fair. Later, UKRI announced that over 300,000 people are in danger of being homeless in 2023 if government doesn't change policy. The truth is that deciding who should be prioritized in a social system is very challenging. So we thought that we may be able to enhance these decisions by some kind of algorithm. Using different machine learning algorithms, we are trying to optimize the free housing allocation in terms of efficiency and fairness. We will prioritize people based on 3 different approaches: minimum welfare pre-allocation, maximum welfare post-allocation, and most increase in welfare. Our algorithms will predict the future well-being of candidates upon different allocation scenarios. We then propose those predictions to policymakers, and they can decide which one to choose. Our goal is to design a flexible toolkit first for homelessness, and then expand it to prioritization in other areas of social care, like healthcare or disasters. And we hope this leads to a fairer society for everyone.
Amazing. Amazing. Well done. Right. Judges.
I love that, just because you're having such a level of social impact with your application. I can even see it being used, for example, to prevent something like domestic violence. I think there's lots of different fragmented data in things like social care, if that were brought together and you could harness it and find a way to derive predictions and patterns, it would be seriously powerful.
Right. Jan or Simon? Yeah.
Okay. I think what I really liked is your courage and bravery to address a very societal, complex, but sensitive societal challenge here. And I think there's a great potential in your idea to make it happen for a better, greater good. And that's I really, really like. And I really want to see this application of this idea in such a way that you can really access to the data and really, hone the algorithm to make it really happen. So then we can have a chance to increase the possibility of something really, really good here. Thank you.
Thanks. Simon, can I quickly get your view on this? Because obviously you're from the Turing and we've talked about real-world problems. This is a real-world problem.
Yes, absolutely. And what I really liked, Saba, was the way you framed that problem. You gave us some statistics. You said this is our algorithm, 3 ways in which it's going to be addressed, the issue. And then you gave us also other applications that can benefit in the future on top of this as a first technology. So thanks very much.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you, Saba. Well done. Now, can we have Roxana? Please give it up for Roxana. Okay, Roxana, best of luck. Your time starts now.
Okay, neurosymbolic AI, temporal knowledge graphs, logic. Hi there, what are you rambling about? Oh, hi, I'm trying to come up with a pitch for this competition, trying to talk about my research in 90 seconds. Oh, tricky, what's your research about? It's a neurosymbolic AI. I'm trying to extract temporal logical programs from neural networks that work on graph structure and timestamp data. I'm sorry, I don't follow. Okay, imagine this. You have an oracle that can answer questions about the future, this futuristic-looking black box. But the answers are not always right. And if you try to open up this box and look inside and figure out why, all you see are these numbers and functions floating around. Now imagine a second oracle, this time a white box. And when you open this one up, you see some logical rules, like if this and that happens at this point in time, then this other thing will happen after this much time. Much more understandable. Now, the black box is a trained neural network, and the white one is a logical program. And I want to construct the white box from the black one, going from neural network models to logical programs. Why? Interpretability, reliability, trust. There can be many applications of this, but just to give an example, let's pick engineering, say analyzing sensor data in wind turbines that somewhere temporal logic has already been applied to. Well, that can be your pitch.
Awesome. Thank you, Roxana. And I have to say, I'm really impressed that everybody has run to time. I've not had to sort of sidle up or make any secret signs. So can we have feedback from a couple of judges, please, on Roxana's pitch?
Roxana, let me start. So I really love the energy in your presentation, and I thought the sort of Q&A style back to yourself at the beginning really worked. Confused me initially, but really worked. And I thought, this is a complex area, so I thought really bringing it to life with that crystal example of the black box and the white box and the explainability piece as well, I thought that really, really worked at the end. You probably could have done a little bit at the end just to bring to life the therefore, but I thought you landed it really well.
So, Roxana, yes, similarly, excellent approach and delivery. And I think you really brought out the challenge we all have when talking about technical subjects and thinking, how can I articulate this in a way that every person can understand? And you did that expertly. And I also like the way you then brought it on to apply to real-world applications, such as the wind turbine application you gave towards the end of it. Thank you.
Lovely, and for me, I didn't realise there were going to be 2 Roxanas on the stage, so I was very impressed. So thank you very much, Roxana. If you take your seat. And next we have, please welcome to the stage, Thao. Thank you, Thao. And your time starts now.
How can AI tackle human trafficking? There are various ways. For example, image technology can quickly identify children in abuse video to speed up rescue process. Satellite data is used with machine learning technique to alert unusual movement of both SC to alert signs of forced labor. Based on the framework, many anti-trafficking AI tools have been developed. However, 70% of these tools are designed for European and North American contexts, while only a few focus on Asia and Africa, where, ironically, most of the trafficking victims come from. So, why these tools non-applicable in the non-Western setting? There are three main reasons. First, English is used to train the algorithm, but traffickers use local language. Secondly, algorithms are trained based on Western characteristics. If applied for different ethnic groups, it will have low accuracy. Thirdly, patterns of these illegal activities vary widely, so to identify them, we need different approach. My research aims to bridge this gap by exploring the possibility and ethics of use of AI in Southeast Asia, one of the major hotspots. By working with law enforcement, we are building a more accurate model to detect signs of trafficking on social media platforms. By this, we hope to contribute ending human trafficking in the region because we believe no one should be in slavery.
Thank you. So again, a really clear articulation of a real-world problem there. Now let's go to our judges and see how they thought Tao did.
Tao, that was brilliant. I thought it was a very important social problem you were talking about, and we sometimes don't really appreciate that when we develop things in one part of the world, they don't take into account the contexts anywhere else. And I think you got that across so well, what the problem was and how you're going to make this so it can really make the impact where it's needed. I thought it was a great presentation.
Thanks.
Excellent.
I really echo what you just said, and I would like to add something. It's a very topical subject, and you framed the barriers and challenges really well, and I really like that. And your solution is bringing broader stakeholders together so that common align and address a common problem together. And from that perspective, I think what you are saying to us is the collaboration is the game of the name. Name of the game, rather. And that's what I really liked about this. And thank you. It was a really nice pitch for me. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
You picked up on something really interesting, right? And that one of my colleagues is of Asian heritage, and she told me that her sister can open her iPhone because of the facial recognition technology just doesn't work as well. You know, this is a big problem. The one thing I would say, I think it's a great idea. I just hope it's not hijacked for political reasons. I'm going to leave it there.
Wow. Thank you so much, Anna. And thank you, Tao, for your brilliant presentation. Off you go, take a seat. You can relax now, but our next one can't. So Aras, come to the stage and give us your pitch. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Right, okay, your time starts now.
AI is revolutionizing the world in front of our very eyes. Its success is driven by data. As we know, the underlying algorithms are quite data hungry. Most of the data, however, is about us humans. Our behavior, our likes and dislikes, fears, failures, dreams. This means that the success of AI conflicts with our privacy. There had been attempts to anonymize data, which all failed miserably. A dramatic example is when a New York Times article revealed that a 62-year-old lady, Miss Thelma Arnold, was looking for men to date above 60. All they had to do was to inspect the anonymized search engine queries and keep narrowing down people who could have asked these questions. Fortunately, Microsoft researchers developed a cure for this situation named differential privacy. Instead of anonymizing the data, differential privacy anonymizes the algorithms. This approach would then ensure that no one can make any inference on an individual by looking at the actions of an AI model. However, differential privacy comes with a price of decreased intelligence. In my PhD, I'm addressing this trade-off optimally. I first impose your privacy on the algorithms and then maximize their intelligence. In other words, I make sure Ms. Arnold and everyone in this room date safely. Thank you.
Well done, Aras.
Thank you very much.
Perfect timing. Judges, what do you think?
Well, Aras, thanks very much. Really clear presentation. I think we all learned something about the dating world if we didn't know it. And we'll be all in touch afterwards. I really like the way you set the context and then told the story, got us all hooked, and then you explained the nature of your proposal and how it's going to meet that aim. So well done, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'd probably echo Simon's points, actually. I thought it was a really clearly set out proposal and pitch. I thought the style of delivery was great, and it felt very engaging from an audience and a viewer perspective, so well done.
Thank you very much.
I mean, I'm just curious if you can reverse this to prevent catfishing. That would be cool.
Thank you very much.
And with that thought, thank you very much,
Thank
Aras.
you very much. Thank
Go
you.
and relax.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Brilliant. So we now have our final pitcher. Please give a very warm welcome to Maria. Good luck, Maria. So Maria, welcome to the stage, and your time starts now.
Every day in the UK, 20 women are diagnosed with ovarian cancer. They start chemotherapy, they get surgery, and still 11 of them will die. We know that the deadliest cancers are those which are more complex. And ovarian cancer can indeed be very complex. However, we don't have a quick and safe way to see this complexity in the clinics. But what if we can change that? Or even better, what if AI can help us detect the most complex tumors and predict its response to treatment even before treatment starts? Many CT scans are acquired over the diagnostic and treatment courses of ovarian cancer. Radiologists look at them and extract really valuable information. Yet, we know that images are more than pictures. They are data. And we also know that most of this data cannot be seen with the naked eye, much less interpreted. Good news is, it is with a little help of AI that all this wasted quantitative data can be saved and used for decision support. My name is Maria Delgado, and my aim is to use diagnostic CT scans to predict every day the future of 20 women. A future that can be changed by providing doctors with the information they require to design the best tailored therapy for every case of ovarian cancer. Thank you very much.
What can I say? Well, actually, it's not for me to say at all. It's for the judges. Right, let's get some feedback.
I really like the engaging pitch and the frame of the problem and what we can actually do very quickly using AI and address this big problem in our health. I think not only ovarian cancer, I know your pitch was about that, but I think we also look at all the other problems, health problems that we are experiencing and how we can use apply AI to solve this. And I think it's very relevant. And thank you. It's really, really good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, just to continue that, I mean, I thought, starting with high-impact stats that really kind of grip an audience around such a topic like this, I think was a good way to start, but very thoughtful around how you were going to set the framing of it. So I thought that was a really good opening. And I like the way you also framed tackling some of the world's most complex challenges with AI, and then talked us through how that approach would work and how you do it. So I thought that was really good.
Thank you very much.
Fantastic. So did anyone else want to give feedback, or should we?
I was going to say really quick, I think women's health and research into women's health is a massively underlooked issue, underfunded issue. So I think wanting to put AI around that is a fantastic idea. I also think the way that you come across is incredibly dynamic from a communication perspective.
Thank you very much.
That's great.
Thank you.
Well done, Maria. Thank you. Right, before we move on with this, can I just ask all the pitchers just to stand up, face the audience, so we can all give you a massive round of applause because you are all winners already. Up, please, turn round. Fabulous. Thank you. And now you can breathe. So I'm going to go over here to the judges because it's their turn to be in the spotlight. So I want to just get a feel, before we open the voting, get a feel for how you thought about these pitches. I mean, I was really impressed with how professional they were, how focused, also how ambitious. So please, could you each, maybe I'll take each of you in turn. Anna, I'll go along a row.
Yeah, I mean, the way I look at this, right, and I apologize, it's my background, I'm like, there's so many fantastic businesses here with real-world application. And I suppose the pitches that I sort of graded the highest is, you know, is there a place for this, for a product of this kind, right? And what's your sort of total addressable market? Are you solving a big problem that's going to have social impact? And to what extent, you know, have you potentially found a bit of product market fit?
Okay. Gavin.
So well done, all of you. I thought they were all really, really good pitches. You all kind of were precise, kept to time, told a story, kept the audience engaged, and were very thoughtful in each of your research areas on applicability and really, you know, from everything I heard, really tackling some thorny and big issues that are out there, both in society and the application of AI on some complex topics. So I thought that really kind of stood out in everything that I heard today.
Fantastic. And actually, I'm going to stop you there, and I am going to open the voting because some of you may want to, some of you may have decided already how you're going to vote, both in the room and online. If you, there should be, here we go to Slido, that's it, of course we're using Slido, and go to #conversation_stage, and you can vote for a winner. You can only vote for one, you just pick your favourite, and again to remind you, Sam, Saba, Roxanne, Tao, Aras and Maria, okay? And then we'll come back in a few minutes and we'll announce the winner and the trophy will be presented. So on with the feedback, Esra.
I would like to echo what my colleagues already said, and I thought they were really clever, dynamic, thoughtful, and meaningful pitches with real-world use case applications. And I think they are very worthy, valuable business ideas that we should look into how we can make them a real, profitable businesses, but also it's not only shareholder value that we are looking for, it's also for the societal technological innovation of how the idea can evolve and be used in solving similar problems in the world. I think there's a lot to learn from these pitches, and I think our future is very bright. That's really given me the confidence today. Thank you. Absolutely fantastic pitches. Thank you very much to everyone.
Excellent. Jan.
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said so far. I mean, you should all be proud of yourselves. There was not one bad pitch and they were all brilliant, so well done. I love the fact that everyone was very clear in what you were aiming to achieve. That was fantastic. I love, for social purpose, I'm from a charity that's about social purpose, and that was really striking a chord with me. But I think the other thing that hasn't been said so far that struck me also is I learned something from every single pitch. There was something new I didn't know, and I learned. So I thank you for that. Well done, all of you.
So at the beginning, I said I was looking for people who could tell a story and inspire me and finish up with something that just was cool. And you absolutely nailed all three of those. Thank you very much.
Super. So we've got the voting open for a bit. I wanted to ask, actually, did you all know each other before you started pitching? Have you had coaching? in what to do. So you were responsible.
My co-organizer has disappeared, but grab the microphone.
Have you got a microphone? Can we get a microphone here? Oh, it's all right, we'll give. Because I was amazed at how slick everybody was. But the amazing thing to do that in 90 seconds, to get a whole new concept, idea, from start to finish to people who won't necessarily know what you're talking about. So how did that work?
So this was a new idea for AI UK this year, and I can't even express how happy we are with our pitches. We're so proud of everybody. It's been so much fun working with this group of people. And we did have some coaching, so we invited pitches 90 seconds to be submitted via video or audio or even just written. And then we chose finalists from there, and then we had some coaching, one-on-one coaching with the research application management team, as well as a pitch practice session where we had other audience members as well, but mostly the pitchers helped each other and gave each other feedback, and it was really excellent.
Fantastic.
And I think this led to the fantastic results we have today. Yeah, it's
That's
so great.
Amazing. Thank you. Sorry, I didn't ask your name.
I'm Alden.
Alden. Thank you, Alden, for filling us in. I want to ask, because you mentioned this, Anna, about you're seeing 6 entrepreneurs on the stage, come up in turn. How hard is it to turn an idea into a startup or something that works?
How long have you got? It's really 18 minutes. Oh, great. This wasn't scheduled. I can totally take the 18-minute segment. I'm joking.
Well, what's the next steps?
What are the next steps? So one of the hardest things that you can establish, I think, as an entrepreneur is what I said at the end, which is that product market fit piece. Creating a prototype, then going out and getting evidence that it essentially works. Once you have something like that, it's not enough to just create a product. As nice as that would be, you have to be able to sell your product. You have to find a market for it. So at the same time, you have to develop a commercial model that's viable. And it's very hard these days to not create a commercial model and just rely on things like investment. So you've got to be able to sell it, right, simultaneously. And then usually you've then got to raise investment. Which is probably I could write a PhD on that, which is super hard, very, very difficult. But if you do raise investment, then obviously you can develop the product pre-revenue, and then you'll probably get to the point where you can be post-revenue. And then that's when the really interesting stuff starts.
Can I just add something to that as well? And again, coming back to the pitches from today, the field of AI it can be a very complicated topic, and I think what everybody did really well is be able to explain complicated themes in AI in a simple and accessible way. Back to if you're going out to investors and you're pitching ideas, you've got to be able to pitch to people who aren't in the weeds of the details of the algorithms and the maths and how it all works, but you need to be able to convey the messages about what you're trying to get across and the tools and the techniques that you're using in a way that's accessible to a much, much broader audience than those in the sort of academics of research papers and the nuts and bolts of how the AI algorithms are working. So, again, really, really good in terms of being able to explain things simply to an audience and, really bring your ideas to life.
It's quite funny. Elon Musk always said, right, even though he can look at developing the actual technology, even though I'm quite sure he didn't personally, he made sure when he started off that you sort of co-found with somebody that has got such a commercial edge, that understands your market, and finding that balance of skills with a co-founder is really, really important. If you're the kind of technical expertise, you need to find the commercial expertise. Otherwise, unfortunately, it probably won't work as a business.
Okay, excellent. I think I'm getting the nod that we have a winner. Oh. Thank you for that drum roll. Before I open this, I'm going to say how impressed I have been, how obviously impressed everybody has been. The judges, the audience, I'm sure, online here. And with the energy and the clarity, I always think clarity is such a big sell. You know, if you can get your message across clearly, then you're halfway to doing what you need to do. And I have noticed that just sitting behind you are the two bigwigs that we had on the stage this morning, Adrian and Doug. So I'm sure you must think that the Turing is in safe hands. Yes. I have 2 thumbs up there. Excellent. Okay. So I am going to announce the winner, but before that, can I just have another round of applause, please, for all the candidates? And I don't know who's on here, but when your name is called, I'd like you to come up to the stage. Simon, I would like you to pick up the trophy and present it to them just here, please. So do you want to ready yourself and steady yourself? Right, good luck. The winner is Maria Delgado Ortet. Congratulations. Thank you very much. Stay where you are.
Okay.
Maria, how does it feel to be the winner of PitchFest?
I wasn't worried about this minute of glory.
You were just worrying about your 90 seconds.
No, thank you very much.
And did you learn something from the feedback?
Yeah, like, it's not literally like I started this journey being very afraid because I don't think we are used to sell our research. As researchers, we are focused to research a lot. And it's great, there are institutions as the Alan Turing, and that brings so many different people together, and your research can make it through. Your research will make an impact. And I think I feel now more comfortable with my research and making it across, making my message across, so thank you.
Fantastic. Well, I'm going to keep you there. I want to get all the pictures up on stage, please. Come up and share the moment. So, we have had the inaugural PitchFest. Do you think it should happen again? Yeah, excellent. So I want to thank all our pitchers, to Sam, Saba, Roxana, Teo, Aras, and Maria. Well done. Congratulations. It's been brilliant. Thank you to our judges, Anna, Esra, Jan, Simon, and Gavin. Thank you for being here, sharing it, being online, voting. And we are going to be back in 10 minutes with a panel discussion. Congratulations again, pitchers, and let's have a final whoop.